Hello, this is Ryan Armitage, and I'll be going over the Session 10 final video presentation. So to start out, I'll go over the couple questions that we got here. So the most difficult part that I ran into was ensuring that the user was able to input as many reference Bible verses as they wanted. Just using the while loops, making sure that they could continue to put them in there as long as they wanted to until they entered like quit or something like that. The other difficult part was actually in the Java program was actually reading the text files and taking that information to make sure that it displayed correctly in the text area and that it displayed neatly. The next question is what did I enjoy the most? I would say that learning about C++ and Java was my favorite part because I'd never learned either one of those languages before this class, and they were both, although they were difficult to learn, it got me back into the rhythm of trying to learn languages and got me excited to get back into it. Along with that, how have I grown? I would say that I was able to build or add on to my programming foundation a little bit, make it, I guess, a little more solid, and that I was also put into a situation where I had to learn 2 new languages, so it got me, again, excited about programming. So, alright, so moving on to the programs themselves. So I'll start with the C++ program. This is the one where I provide the user with a verse, and then I give them 3 options to choose from. We'll see here. So I provide them with the verse from 1 John 3:11, and then I give them the 3 different options. So 1, allows them to say that they agree and they don't want to add anything. 2 lets them add Old Testament references, and 3 lets them add New Testament references. So the first one I'll just go with 1, just so we can see. So 1, they agreed. It says that it wrote it to file, successfully written to, and the program closes. We'll do option 2. And here it says you can input 1 Old Testament reference at a time and hit the enter key after each item. So first it begins with the book, so we'll just put the example Genesis, and then it asks for the verse number. So then again we'll just put 44 for this. The version, you can put ESV, NIV, whichever version, and then the verse itself, and I'll just put this is a test for the Genesis verse. And then once they hit enter, it asks them for the next reference. They can continue to keep going, or they can type quit, and it'll actually tell them it is written to, and then closes out. Same thing for the New Testament references as well. Alright, so it writes all 3 of those, so we get 3 different text files, and then now we go to the Java program, which allows us to use this just simple GUI that I created that actually reads in each of those 3 files. So we'll just run through this test. Alright, so again, welcome screen, and then asks you to choose one of the following responses, so then they can retrieve a verse from scripture about something that's, we're commanded or requested of. So we can do that one. Boom, it tells us that the file was successfully read. It tells us, hey, it does pull the response indicator as well, and then it gives us the verse that we input from the C++ program. So we hit reset, we see that it clears it out, so we'll say, hey, we want to retrieve some Old Testament verses. We'll hit submit. We can see it tells us as read again, it gives us the previous verse, and then in the actual text files I wrote earlier, I included 2 references. So here you can see Old Testament responses, gives us the verse number, the book, the verse number, then the version that the books use. And then as you can see, it just writes them on there. And then same thing for 3, but 3 is a little different. It changes the font, it gives us a little ding, and just makes it a little bit bigger, just to let them know that that one's, I guess, supposed to be a little bit more popped out. So then you can also see the reset button resets everything. The exit fully closes the program down. So that's it. I know it's short and simple. I would say that it says a summary of my learning is I just learned a lot about C++ and Java, and I really had to dive in on my personal time to fully understand just the amount of information that's in Java and C++ at the foundational level was a lot. But my experience with the course was a great course. The professor was always there when we had questions, made sure that they were getting answered. If we run into any roadblocks, made sure that he knocked those out for us and helped us get through those. But my overall impression was great class, and I'm looking forward to the second class after this. And that's it. Thank you so much.